Okay, I'm reading it. Y'all see the Daily Bread, October the 3rd, Friday. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 9 through 10, and verse 14 through 20. We are therefore Christ's ambassadors, as though God were making his appeal through us. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 20, representing Jesus. On the first day of a camp where Alan teaches teens entrepreneurial skills, a student said, "You're a Christian, aren't you?" "I can tell." Before Alan said he was a Christian or wore his favorite socks and ties decorated with Christian symbols, the teen said he saw Jesus through Alan's words, actions, and attitude. They discussed how they could better represent Jesus wherever they go. Saying we're Christian and wearing clothes with Christian messages are good things. However, the Bible teaches that the way we live and love as we share the gospel is the true identifier of those who follow Jesus. The Apostle Paul, the believers in Corinth, compelled or driven to please God by living with an external perspective while sharing him with others. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 9 through 14. When we're committed to living for Christ instead of ourselves, the Holy Spirit changes perspectives, priorities, and ways of interacting with others. Verse 15 through 17. Our new life in Jesus is to represent him while we point others to him as though God were making his appeal through us. Empowered by the Spirit, we're given the joy and responsibility of representing Christ wherever we go. The devotion from Joshua Dixon. How have others pointed you to Jesus by the way they lived? How has God's transforming work in your life helped you become a better ambassador for Christ? Life transforming Jesus, please change me by your Spirit so that I can better represent you wherever you send me. Bible in a year. Isaiah chapter 17 through chapter 19. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 17 through 33. Okay, that was the devotional for the day. Falling in love with Jesus. Falling in love with Jesus. Falling in love with Jesus was the best thing I've ever done. In his arms, I feel protected. In his arms, never disconnected. In his arms, I feel protected. There's no place I'd rather be. Falling in love with Jesus. Falling in love with Jesus. Falling in love with Jesus was the best thing I've ever done. Y'all, okay, that was beautiful devotional. Let that marinate and read those scriptures. Be blessed.